Welcome back to Rotten Reelz Reviews Audio Review. We are at number 41. Yay! I know, I was excited too, aren't you? This time around, we're going to go back to the godfather of zombies himself, George Romero. Now, for those that are unfamiliar with this name, for crying out loud, people, go to imdb.com, take a gander. I mean, the dude's only been making horror films 1968. Come on. Anywho, we follow the story of one of the surviving cities of Pennsylvania. This is Land of the Dead. Also referred as George Romero's Land of the Dead, Pittsburgh is surrounded by two sides by the rivers, and the last entry is covered with an electrified fence. The former rich and powerful still live in luxury, whilst the working class are still in squalor. Nothing changed. Must be under Trump administration. Yep, I did another one. A small army of paramilitary-trained yahoos search for supplies, food, medical, as well as additional ammo. With a handful of cash, debating, and influence, the city's headman, Paul Kaufman, played by Dennis Hopper of Easy Rider, Apocalypse Now, Speed, the man's filmography is huge, puts together the funds to build Dead Reckoning, a heavily armored vehicle loaded with rockets, HMG or heavy machine guns, and a decent missile rack. Armed with fireworks as a distraction for the zombies, the armed team with bikes, cars, dune buggies, the like, are allowed to swoop in, taking down the nearest dead in order to there as well the rest of the team to get in and get medicine and food. The team, led by Riley Dembo, Simon Baker of Ride with the Devil, Red Planet, The Mentalist, is an electronics expert, designer of Dead Reckoning, a man of the people, and all around a pretty decent guy. Dembo starts to notice the zombies exhibiting intelligence, a form of community, and possibly retention to memory. Being this is his last mission, he has enough funds to get a car, fuel, enough firearms to leave Pittsburgh forever. That is, dun 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 dun, until a low-ranking slinger of booze, prostitutes, pimp by the name of Chihuahua, played by Phil Fondacaro of Willow, Phantasm 2, Ghoulies 2, Dollman and the Demonic Toys, Bordello of Blood, The Creeps, and Hercules. Unofficially, Chihuahua works for Kaufman, as does the rest of the town, under the luxury condos of Fiddler's Green. Kaufman has more than a few henchmen take out his trash. Denbo and his buddy sharpshooter Charlie, played by Robert Joy of MDS, The Lazarus Child, The Hills Have Eyes, Aliens vs. Predator Requiem, and CSI New York, get tossed into jail for saving a girl, Slack, or Isia Argento of Triple X, The Keeper, Last Days, Mother of Tears, and Dracula 3D, from being devoured by pit zombies. Yes, what total bastards. Unfortunately, Kaufman has a lackey with delusions of grandeur, Cholo, played by John Leguizamo of Miami Vice, Die Hard 2, Carlitos Way, Spawn, Ice Age, Assault on Precinct 13, who is technically Dembo's second-in-command, who has aspirations to joining Fiddler's Green, given the amount of money that he will have to be able to afford it, not only a place in the Green, but will be able to live off the dividends. Unfortunately for him, he has a fallout with Kaufman, who establishes the Fiddler's Green may not have room for him. All three, both Dembo, Charlie, and Slack, are all up into deep kimchi until Cello convinces the rest of the Dead Reckoning crew to swipe the badass tank and threaten to blow it up unless they get cash for it. $5 million to be exact. Isn't this a zombie movie? After the last town the crew raided, the remaining zombies, led by a zombie former gas station attendant, simply known as Big Daddy, portrayed by character actor Eugene Clark of Night Heat, Tech War, RoboCop, Prime Directives, and the LA Complex, they start to learn using rudimentary hand tools, firearms, and the like, and learn to cross the waters as there is no fear of drowning. Will the pit survive the oncoming undead onslaught? Will classes ever get along? And what the fuck good is cash in the land of the dead? I mean, seriously. Okay, so I have a few bits of trivia now. Simon Pegg and Edgar Wright of Shaun of the Dead make a guest appearance in this movie as the photo booth zombies. Considering what a massive hit this was, the geek fanboys were probably more than ecstatic to sit in makeup chair for, maybe 2 hours to get made up? Yeah. Probably not a big arm stretch. Plus, they got to meet George, and they geeked out. And I don't blame them. Practical special effects wizard, stuntman, actor, director, producer. Man, this guy's got a lot of titles. Tom Savini reprises his biker character from Dawn of the Dead, but, yeah, shocking enough, as a zombie. Although, given how he was attacked, I'm not even sure if he has all his parts. Yeah. There might be some inconsistency there. I couldn't tell you. This is also the first of the Living Dead series to ever have digital effects added to it. So yeah, there was a little bit of CGI for some blood spatters, some movement of zombie creatures moving at a faster rate, but overall mostly practical effects. Cam FX reprises as zombie special effects makeup, and they had not worked with Romero since Day of the Dead. And that was, oddly enough, under the tutelage of Tom Savini. So, armed with their spray cannons, these disturbing zombie molds that have an air compressor mortar allowing to brain matter to blow up, just kind of spurt up into the ceiling, body parts, tons of Caro syrup, and pre-made victims that have body rips and tears available. The effects in this film are just simply astounding. From watching body parts being ripped asunder, the just sheer ferocity of the zombies, all of them made to look different from each other. It really gave Greg Nicotero's team just, honestly, it was astounding to see their anatomy and physiology understanding. What I found was interesting, there were 4 titles before they decided to sit on Land of the Dead. We had Dead City, Dead Reckoning, Twilight of the Dead, and Night of the Living Dead, Dead Reckoning. I guess Twilight of the Dead would have had virgin zombies that bitch a lot. I don't know. The zombies rising out of the water is an homage to, of all people, Herc Harvey's Carnival of Souls. Yeah, and yet I saw no one scan a room and its contents with one eyebrow raised. What I always found fascinating is Romero's need to make the zombies the unsung heroes of the story. And in many ways they are united, they always have a common goal, and they strive to it. Granted, that common goal is to devour the flesh of the living, but goddammit, you gotta appreciate a good work ethic. Meanwhile, the humans are constantly fighting amongst each other, petty squabbles to full-out fights, to ranging anything to gunfights. Racism, class standings, and sexism is still a thing in the zompocalypse, and you kind of get the vibe that Romero was really let down by the 60s, not promoting the peace and love like the time thought it would. Yeah, I mean, I get that. Fiddler's Green is actually based on a old maritime folklore for pirates and sailors that have served the seas for 50-some-odd years. It's basically an afterlife of a legend full of music, dancing, debauchery. I thought that was kind of a nice touch. With only ranking it at a $19 million budget, which I'm looking at the size of Dead Reckoning going, how did you afford this ride? And that was at least $300K easily. They still managed to rake in $45 million, so not a bad turn for profit. It's gross, it's graphic, it's creepy, it's politically incorrect. As always with the Dead series, Romero uses the film as a soundboard to explain what's messed up with our country without being blatant about it every time. So yeah, you can pretty much point this one out. This is definitely under G.W.'s Bush administration. But again, overall, I still can't harp on about this, or I can't help but harp on this. What the fuck good is money in Zombie World? Alright, well, that's about all I got, folks. Again, if you need anything new, you want me to see a film that I genuinely would enjoy, or hey, maybe there's a TV series out there I haven't poked fun at, or at least taken a gander, you can reach me at Facebook, Rotten Reelz Reviews, You can catch me on Twitter. Hell, just leave something in the comments. And you have a good one. And I will do my best to get that P.O. box up for you as soon as I can. Take it easy.